could find himself in trouble if Zimbabwe was a democratic country that respects institutions, for failure to work to actually act on Justice Katiu, following actually reports that have been made by him. The prominent human rights lawyer, that is British Mtetwa, has actually taken Mnangagwa head on for actually not on Justice Never Katio. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, prominent human rights lawyer Mtetwa has written to Attorney General Junior Mapiza accusing Mnangagwa for failing to comply with the constitution by delaying appointment of a tribunal to investigate High Court Judge Justice Neva Katiu. In a letter dated January 23, Mtetwa said the president had breached section 324 of the constitution, which requires constitutional obligations to be performed diligently and without delay by failing to act on a recommendation from the Judicial Service Commission to set up a tribunal in terms of section 186. The JSC last year resolved that a tribunal be appointed to inquire into Justice Katiu's fitness to remain in office following multiple complaints about conduct on the bench, including allegations that he issued a judgment on a matter that had never been argued before him. Mtetwa said her firm represents a litigant in a High Court matter in which Justice Katiu allegedly incorporated into a judgment matter that had not been placed before the court. Although the JSC acknowledged the receipt of the complaint in 2024 and indicated it would be investigated, no outcome was communicated. She said subsequent complaints against the judge ultimately prompted the JSC to recommend the establishment of a tribunal, triggering a constitutional obligation on the president to act. In November last year, the Attorney General's office publicly stated that all preliminary processes required for the appointment of tribunal members had been completed. However, more than 2 months later, no tribunal has been constituted and Justice Katiu continues to sit. Mtetwa said the delay had created an untenable situation, as her client's case has since been set down twice before the same judge. It is clearly undesirable that any litigant would be required to appear before a judge whose conduct has been found sufficiently concerning for the JSC to recommend a tribunal, wrote Mtetwa. But anyway, that's why I said he could be in trouble if Zimbabwe was a democratic country. But Zimbabwe is not a democratic country. Constitution is seriously undermined. That is why Mnangagwa can actually decide to change the constitution just as they intend to do when extending his term of office. But in a normal country, for a president to delay to act on a charge that has been found wanting, who faces serious accusations, because how do you explain this? A whole judge coming up with a judgment for a matter that has never been set down for. That judge, that on its own shows that apart from being incompetent, the judge has some mental health related diseases if the intention was not corrupt, or there is a deal that he made with a certain individual as such to actually produce a fake judgment. Such a judge should not, even under normal circumstances, when evidence surfaces that there is a judge who acts in such a manner in Zimbabwe, automatically that judge was supposed to be suspended. But this judge, Katio, remains actually on the bench, remains attending to the cases of the people, whilst he is still found wanting. Anyway, what do you expect? That's why I've always maintained that Zimbabwe under Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa is a seriously, banana republic nation. It is a banana republic nation, because if it was a nation that follows the constitution, such issues would not be happening. But guess what? A con judge is still a judge, and Mnangagwa sees no problem with that. Is most probably his dementia is making him to focus on extending his term of office, and the issues of justice do not concern him. Neither does it concern his advisors and those who work with him. And the Minister of Justice is seized with actually committing unconstitutional acts and uttering unconstitutional sentiments. What can you expect from, he's called Ziambi Ziambi. The guy is a bootlicker of note, and I think even his law degree is highly questionable. And because you cannot have someone at a caliber of Ziambi Ziambi being a justice minister and expect justice to be delivered in any country. The bar was reduced by far. He doesn't know how to talk. He has no communication skills. He speaks as if he has not actually studied law. He speaks like a layman on the streets. Bound to lose his mind. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okanqu Mhlabane is signing off. Let me